But the COVID restrictions are in the spotlight as well, following the death of an Indigenous homeless man on the streets of Montreal. His body was found in a portable toilet over the weekend, just meters away from a shelter that had been forced to close its overnight services because of pandemic restrictions. Simon Nakonechny has more on the questions his death is now raising.
Raphaël André was a 51-year-old man from the Matamacouche Lac John Innu Nation near Shefferville. John Tessie, an intervention worker at the Open Door, says André's friends loved him and he was always willing to share when he had a little extra money. He was sent away from the Open Door when they closed for the night on Saturday at 9:30. Tessie says the shelter used to be allowed to stay open overnight until mid-December when there was an outbreak of COVID that hit the homeless population. That, combined with a plumbing issue, forced the shelter to close. Now, they've since been allowed to reopen, but only from 7:30 in the morning to 9:30 at night. Tessier says they've been begging public health officials to let them stay open at night precisely to avoid this kind of tragedy.
Like Raphael, who passed away. He was here every day last week at 9:30 asking to stay. He wanted to stay. We had to, one day he was unable to leave. We had to call an ambulance for him to leave at 9:30. But he would have been here overnight, and he wouldn't have had to die alone in the toilet.
The mayor's office said the decision on whether the shelter could reopen at night was up to the regional health authority, the West Island CIUS. In a statement, it said following efforts to contain December's outbreak, a list of 13 recommendations was submitted to Open Doors management and board of directors to prevent future outbreaks and to protect the clientele and shelter staff. The CIUS is still awaiting the implementation of these measures at the Open Door. Now, the Open Door disputes this, saying they never got the recommendations and they have been trying desperately to get guidance from the regional health authority so that they could reopen at night. Tessier also says government should be giving more latitude to organizations like his instead of issuing directives from on high. Simon Nakonechny, CBC News, Montreal.